So you want to learn how to play D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, Dragons and Dungeons, where you go into an actual dungeon and fight an actual dragon. Or, you know, seduce a dragon because Dragon Mommy is hot. But you want to learn how to play D&D. Well, come on in and I will explain to you all that you need to know about Dungeons and Dragons. Badly, because that's the name of the show. So, first things first, you're going to need something called mathematical gemstones. Or, as normal people like to call them, dices. You're going to be needing a set of 7 dices. A D4, a D6, a D8, 2 D10s, a D12, and a D20. You really only need about 1 set of dices, but, you know, you could always turn into a dice goblin and collect all the shiny pretty math rocks. But if dices aren't in the budget for you, that's okay. In all actuality, you don't need physical dices to play D&D. You take that back, you motherfucker! Where were we? After that giant hole of crippling plastic addiction, we move on to the next part. Character creation. I know, it sounds pretty scary, but I promise it's gonna be okay. If you're having trouble coming up with a character, then go ahead and insert your own trauma into that poor innocent character, and BAM! You got an epic backstory for your character. A lot of people in the D&D community does it. I do it all the time! I need therapy. Back on topic. So how does one figure out the stats for these things called player characters? Well, there are 3 ways. The first way is standard array, which you choose a set of numbers already chosen for you and you can put them in whatever stat you want them to be in. The second way is risking it all and rolling 4 d6s, that's 4 6-sided dices, and seeing what the number comes up. You drop the lowest number that you rolled and you add them all together. Sometimes this can lead to a pretty good roll. Other times, well, it can lead to some pretty garbage doo-doo rolls. The third way is point buy. With this system, you basically have a collection of points and you use them to buy how much you want in your stats. So what do you do with these big numbers? Well, like building that stuffed teddy bear you haven't touched in years, we're gonna cram all of those bad boys into things called stats. And those 6 stats are: strength, how buff and strong you are. Dexterity, how nimble and easy you can sneak by things and also busting out some sick dance moves. Constitution, how sturdy you are and how much of a beating you can take. Intelligence, how smart you are and validating that yes, that you are a big ass nerd. Wisdom, how street smart you are and if you can read that person you just met if they're just a good guy or a bad guy. Charisma, how sexy you are and if you're good enough to talk someone out of their shoe.
Oh. Hi there. I think I talked you out of your shoe. I know, right?
Now after you've picked your stats, we finally get into the good stuff. Choosing your race and your class. Look, there's a lot of hot races out there in the D&D universe, and I don't have time to go through all of them. I mean, if there's interest in doing something like that, I'd totally do it for you guys. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Let me know in the comments. But I'm just gonna go over the basics. Dragonborn. You're a small humanoid dragon that can stand on their hind legs. Dwarf. You're short. And you like rocks. Elf. You're a hot magical person. Gnome. You're shorter. Half-elf. You're half of a hot magical person. Halfling, legally distinct hobbit. Not even making that up. Go check that shit out. Google it. It is nuts. Half-orc. Mommy, sorry. Daddy, sorry. Human. You're you. Yay! Tiefling. You're a hot demon. After that, you pick your class, and there are 14 classes in D&D, but we're gonna break them down into 2 separate categories: martial classes and spellcasting categories. Martial classes are basically, I hit the big thing with my big ass sword till it's dead. And those classes are Barbarian, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Rogue, Ranger, and finally Blood Hunter. Now, if you're spellcasters, they're basically the people who have the magic thingies that can make things go boom. You have Artificer, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizards. Pick one of those OP classes and just slap it onto your character sheet. What's a character sheet? Well, it's basically a mini portfolio containing all the information you need for your game. It contains your stats, your spells, your weapons, and all of those magical items you forgot to use after the first few sessions of your game. You can print a character sheet by yourself and just fill it out there, or you can go to D&D Beyond and they can help you out from there. They do a great job breaking down what you need for your character. So you got your character sheet, you got your stats, you picked your race and your class, you have created the most tragic of all backstories, and now it's time to find a game. And social interaction is probably the most scariest thing you have to do in Dungeons & Dragons. You're going to be looking for a group that contains about 3 to 4 players. But sometimes you can even have a campaign with just 2 people. Other times you can play with the DM by yourself. I know it's scary, but I promise you, there's a lot of nerds in our wacky cult who want to show off their brand new OC they just created and want to traumatize. You're also going to be needing a DM. The DM, or Dungeon Master, is in charge of the game. They run the combats, they tell the story with you guys, they come up with the descriptions, the world, everything. Without them, there is no game, so you're in your room crying in the corner because you can't play Dungeons & Dragons. Now you may ask, well, where do I find these people? Well, Bucko, I got some answers for you, so buckle up there, pal, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. If you have a local game store in your town, feel free to drop by there, because generally they'll have about a few campaigns running in there, and you can drop by and play with the group and see how you feel about them. But if playing with people in real life is too much anxiety for you, that's okay, you can play with people on the internet. On the internet, there are groups, sites, and even Discord servers that want to help you find a D&D game for you. Join the Dice Tower server! And yeah, that's how you play D&D. Now go out there and play a nerdy game of Dungeons & Dragons, you big-ass nerd. Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. If you guys like what you saw, then please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to this thing called YouTube. Ring the bell so you're notified for all the nice and juicy stuff that'll be coming up here. And there's gonna be more stuff coming up, I'll tell you that. Follow me on my Instagram and Twitter to keep up to date with all the nerdy stuff I get myself into. Follow me on my Twitch where I stream every Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And if you want to keep up to date with new Fighter Saga stuff, then please follow my TikTok. We're going to be starting a new arc on there. I am very excited with it. Who's going to be the focus on this? Well, tune in to find out there, buddy. If you want to read the Fighter Saga in the book format, then, well, readers, I got some news for you. I have transcribed the Fighter Saga into a little bit of a book there on my webpad, so go check that out. I'm gonna be starting to write some new Fighter Saga stuff on there, focusing on the Chaos Crew, which I'm super excited. I'm also gonna be adding in the edits. I had an editor help me out and stuff, really polish that up on there, and maybe, hopefully, we'll get working on, like, getting that hard published and stuff. If you want, you know, to help support me in any ways and like get some cool charisma modifying equipment, then you can go ahead and buy my merch. That's right, we have a merch site, y'all. If you go to Dice&Autism-shop.fourthwall.com, you get access to all of the merch line that it is in the Dice&Autism store. We have the godly charismatic Horatio giving you the boarding inspirations you need. We have the Fighter Saga party taking a long rest and reminding you that yes, you deserve a long rest too, bucko. We also have the Support the Homies outfit because yes, we always #support the homies. This site also acts as a hub to access to all of my socials and stuff. If you want to check that out, feel free, go ahead, bookmark that, and yeah. If you want to support me in other ways, then I have a Patreon in Ko-fi. On my Ko-fi, I have a $3 tier where you guys get access to a monthly chapter story that I'll be writing on there. It's going to be about a changeling trying to pretend to be human, and if that doesn't sound like the most autistic thing I've ever heard in my life, well, bucko, I wrote that intentionally. We're writing a face story with autistic themes, baby. Let's go! Or you guys can support me on my Patreon. I have 3 tiers on my Patreon. First dollar tier gets you guys access to my Minecraft server. You guys get the shout out at the end of these videos and also get previews on the other stuff that I'll be working on. $3 tiers is the one-shot roulette where you guys get to vote on what will happen for a monthly short story that I'll be writing for you guys. It's been a lot of fun, and the things you guys vote on for like the stories, it makes it to a massive swerve. I am super excited for it. I can't wait. There's also a $5 tier where you guys get access to Fighter Saga homebrew packs. I'm currently working on getting all my Fighter Saga homebrew stuff that I made on Twitch onto there, so tune in for that. I'll keep you guys updated on that. And now, special patron shoutouts. Raven Garvin, Nix Durham, The Chill Sun, DJ M, Blue, Cass Bubble, Aaron, Senira, Zachary Lowry, Tyrus Nikos, Jackie Ann Blair, Caitlin Gullickson, Los Atten, Stephen Fawn, Adam Gollinger, Isabel Rakimoff, Faye Flower, Bobby Joe Casto, Tabitha Elizabeth Allison Trammell, and Tanisha Kaneda. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. It really means a lot. If you guys got suggestions on what D&D topics you want me to explain badly, then please leave them in the comments below. I always love to hear you guys' thoughts. Also, big ol' shout out to my editor, FrazzlDazzl. You can follow them on their social right about here. They're super cool, and without them, I would be so stressed out because I am a tech himbo and I fail all my tech checks. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. You guys have a lovely day. Be kind to yourselves. Peace.